Now on CoastTV News.
Of July, but it gets hot and humid starting today and lasting into the rest of the holiday weekend. I'll track the heat for the holiday coming up.
Eyes have been on Beryl now. The hurricane could be heading toward parts of the U.S. The day is finally here, Independence Day. Many people expected to head to Del Mar to celebrate. We're looking at road conditions to help you prepare no matter what your holiday plans are. And President Joe Biden facing mounting pressure to address his viability for another term in office. We have the latest.
This is CoastTV News Today.
Good morning, everyone. It is July 4th, 2024. I'm Paige Marley. Happy Independence Day to everyone already up this morning on Independence Day. And of course, we know you're planning events, maybe activities. But first, you probably want your forecast. So don't worry, before we even get into what you need to know about travel and celebrations, First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey joins us with a look at your forecast. Good morning, Bob. Happy 4th.
Yeah, hey, good morning, Paige. Happy 4th of July to you, and good morning, Delmarva. We are looking at a pleasant start to our 4th of July with temperatures in the 60s and 70s, 71 Indian River Inlet, 69 in Georgetown, and Seaford, you're at 70 degrees, but the wind's now turning out of the south, and that's going to increase the heat and humidity for the 4th of July. We're seeing some areas of clouds out there this morning, mid to high-level clouds. Otherwise, we're looking at dry conditions for us, but high pressure beginning to slide offshore now, and we're getting into a stronger southerly flow, and that will bring in, more heat and humidity from the south and west. So let's track it on Futurecast. We're in the 70s early on this morning. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds today. Temperatures in the 70s to around 80 mid-morning, and then by noon, maybe you're firing up the grill, looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 80s, 70s at the beaches, then upper 80s and lower 90s mid-afternoon, and some 70s along the coast, and a very mild and muggy 4th of July evening with maybe a few showers for the fireworks. But for your 4th of July this morning, mid-70s at 8 by 2, 91, but feeling hotter with the humidity, and then 82 at 8 as we're getting ready for the fireworks. I'll have more in your holiday forecast coming up.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. Parts of Mexico and southern Texas, they're getting ready as Hurricane Beryl barrels northwest. It's likely to be in fairly open water by this afternoon. Forecasters expect Beryl to spend most of tomorrow in the Yucatan, probably weakening over land, but then they say it could pick up power in the Gulf of Mexico. And then after that, Beryl could hit Texas and or northern Mexico. Closer to home now, we're going to take a live look at the Bay Bridge. Of course, many cars expected to cross over here this busy holiday weekend. Right now, this early in the morning, it's a little dead. Oh, there's a few people there, but I'll be taking that bridge tomorrow. And while we're talking holiday travel, according to AAA, nearly 71 million Americans will be on the move this weekend. And a staggering 60.6 million of those people are going to make their trip in their car. So if you're one of the many people hitting the road today or over the next few days, AAA says the best time to travel is going to be before noon, the worst times between 2 and 7. So basically, the earlier or the later you go, the better.
Usually travel late at night from Virginia, around 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and we don't seem to have too much troubles getting into Delaware.
And we have more information on CoastTV.com for traffic advisories and closures you'll need to know about going into this holiday weekend. Sussex County has released their DUI checkpoint locations and times for the holiday weekend. So drivers, you should be aware that there will be a checkpoint on Route 24 near Millsboro. This checkpoint will be running from 10 to 2 on both July 5th and the 6th. Also, Maryland State Police, they're taking measures to keep roads safe. According to state police, troopers will be ramping up their patrols throughout the weekend. Troopers from Salisbury, Berlin, and Easton Barracks will increase their patrols on routes 50, 13, and 413. And with an expected increase in alcoholic beverage consumption over the next few days, MSP is also recommending designate a sober driver and consider public transit or rideshare services. This does bring us now to our Coast TV poll. We've been asking you, how do you usually celebrate the 4th of July on the coast? 53% of you surprisingly say you stay at home. Maybe you leave all the traffic to the visitors, but if you live here, you're going to stick at home. I kind of get that. 26% of you are going to barbecue, 10% fireworks, just 10%. What? Maybe you're doing fireworks the weekend of. Maybe you're not doing them today. That's fine. 8% a parade, 3% the beach, I'm a little shocked, you guys. What are you doing? I'm staying home. Actually, I can't judge anyone. I'm doing that too. But if you haven't voted yet, go to CoastTV.com or vote on our app. Well, in just a span of 4 days, 2 very serious crimes took place at businesses that are just 3 minutes away from each other on Coastal Highway. First, on Friday, June 28th, Delaware State Police say that a man was shot in the leg at the Big Chill Surf Cantina parking lot. This was around 1 a.m. 2 days later, the suspect in that crime was arrested. Then on Monday, July 1st, police say this was around 12:35 p.m. A man was arrested for following a woman in the Walmart in the Rehoboth Beach Mall. He also had a stolen vehicle. One local told Coast TV that these situations are getting very scary.
I find it shocking that that happened here. We moved here for some quiet and peace and whatever, and to happen in the same area, that it's shocking.
And also notable is a sexual assault that police say happened just a few minutes away on Rehoboth Beach. That was June 19th. It was near Brooklyn Avenue. That victim was a minor and was taken to the hospital, treated, and released. Rehoboth Beach police told Coast TV that events like this are rare in the nation's summer capital. A suspect in that sexual assault case has still not been named or found. The Office of the Marijuana Commissioner warning Delawareans now about out-of-state scammers targeting social equity applicants. The office says that the entities may be trying to trick you into paying for help securing a license. So if you didn't know, the license helps those who have been convicted under past marijuana laws. So here are some tips from officials on how to protect yourself. First, don't pay upfront fees for licensing help. Be very cautious of any unsolicited offers, and make sure you check the office's website or just contact them directly for more information. Delaware has received a number of grants, but there are now some concerns that one organization is misusing their funds. We're talking Code Purple Kent County, an organization aimed at providing resources to help those in need. At the beginning of June, however, a state auditor wrote a letter to Attorney General Kathy Jennings with some concerns that there may be potential fraud. If you want to see that letter, you can see it there at CoastTV.com. Well, in the nation's summer capital, watching fireworks from the beach on July 6th at dusk, Rehoboth Avenue eastbound and Church Street from State Route 1 will be closed to traffic. That's beginning at 8. Cars entering Rehoboth Beach will have to enter through State Road to Bayard Avenue. Ocean City will host 2 fireworks displays tonight. You can view one display at Northside Park in the Bay. The other display will be at Caroline Street. These events both kick off at 8 p.m. They'll have music, and then they'll be followed by that fireworks display at 9:30. The inlet parking lot, heads up, that will be open, but the parking rate will be increased to $5 an hour for that day. Several locations will be closed for parking. Those also can be found on our website, CoastTV.com. Well, if you'll be celebrating the 4th in Bethany Beach, heads up here. The town says the trolley service will not be operating from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. due to the parades and the expected crowds. And overall, you should be expecting longer wait times. Now we're talking President Biden. He's facing mounting pressure to address his viability for another term in office. The Biden-Harris campaign, as well as the White House team, they're shutting down rumors that Biden's considering stepping aside to make way for another Democratic nominee. CNN's Cheryl Hubbard shows us now how the Democrats are rallying behind the president and now how Republicans are reacting to his debate performance.
Nearly a week after this election year's first presidential debate,
he's the worst president in the history of our country. What are you talking about? You have the morals of an alley cat.
President Joe Biden can't seem to live his debate performance down.
Hi. Is President Biden considering stepping down?
Absolutely not.
For the second day in a row, the White House held a briefing to explain Biden's debate performance and dispel claims that Biden is contemplating quitting the race. The team claimed Biden's debate performance was a result of being jet-lagged from his travel schedule, and they said he had a cold on debate day.
It was a bad night. We understand that it was a bad night. And the president has spoken to this. And he understands that.
Biden himself conceded at a rally Friday that he is up in age.
I know I'm not a young man. I don't debate as well as I used to.
And while politicians on both sides of the aisle have called for him to step aside,
I think everyone can see the objective fact that we have been discussing here for a long, long time, that President Biden is not up to the job.
The president and the vice president met with Democratic governors Wednesday. In a post-meeting press conference, governor spokespersons representing the governors said they stick beside him.
The president is our nominee. The president is our party leader. And the president has told us, and he was very clear back there, that he is in this to win this.
I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
Well, we're just getting started this morning on Coast TV News Today. Still more to get to coming up. The annual Lewis Boat Parade is happening today. Preparations are already underway. We're going to show you what to expect in Lewis and other events this Independence Day. And local authors acclaim. We're telling you about the national recognition one Rehoboth Beach author is receiving with a new book. And Salisbury shed situation, what police are saying caused damage you see there in Salisbury. We have all that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
This season, add more curb appeal at Johnson Seed and Feed. Browse through our nursery area where we have a great selection of plants, shrubs, tropicals, and flowers that will bring your yard to life. Whether you have a flourishing green thumb or just a beginner, roll up your sleeves and visit our new Done Planting Bar. Choose your decorative pot to add vibrant flowers or lush green plants to make your custom arrangement. Let your masterpiece bloom by creating a botanical paradise for your yard at Johnson Seed and Feed.
This summer, Lewis is your go-to destination for live music. Rocking the Docks brings you the best tunes from soulful sounds to classic vibes. There's something for everyone. Plus, enjoy food trucks and explore our vendor market at every show. Don't miss out on beautiful sunsets and great tunes. And don't forget to bring the whole family. Kids 12 and under are free. Rocking the Docks, your summer soundtrack. Tickets on sale now at rockingthedockslewis.com.
The big issues: abortion, civil rights, healthcare. When Trump policies were attacking our rights, County Executive Matt Meyer fought back. Now Trump is promising a national abortion ban and huge cuts to healthcare coverage. Matt's healthcare plan will reduce costs, not coverage, by increasing competition on the exchange. And Matt's plan will protect women's access to abortion, always. So call Matt Meyer. Tell him you support his plans to protect Delaware values.
Bay to Beach Builders is celebrating 20 years of helping families on Delmarva turn their dreams into reality. As one of the highest-rated home builders in the nation, we pride ourselves on offering the best home building experience. Choose from our award-winning home designs, or we can customize a plan that's tailored to your lifestyle. With Amish-built homes starting in the low 200s, we have a home for every stage of life and every budget. Start your journey by visiting one of our 2 convenient locations, or learn more at baytobeachbuilders.com.
Just about 5:13 on this Independence Day morning. Hope you're having a great start to your 4th Irish Eyes Cam. 71 in Lewis, southerly winds picking up. Humidity is going to increase today. We're in the 60s and lower 70s right now, heading for the 90s later on. There's a southerly breeze, and that will continue to bring in the heat and humidity as we go through the day. If you're traveling around Delmarva, we're in good shape right now. We're looking at just some mid to high level clouds moving through. High pressure sliding away, and we're going to get into that stronger southerly flow as we get through the day. For your 4th of July, temperatures quickly rising through the 70s and 80s this morning, and then 91 this afternoon, partly cloudy, hot and humid, but looking dry for the cookouts and festivities, but for the fireworks, maybe a stray shower. More in your 4th forecast and holiday weekend forecast coming up.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. I love those graphics. Those are getting me excited for the holiday. All right, well, now this morning, police are continuing to investigate a shed fire that happened in Salisbury. What you're seeing there is the damage on your screen. According to police, this has been deemed arson by 2 people under the age of 18. The Maryland State Fire Marshal says no injuries were reported, but the damage is estimated at $8,500. Arrests there are pending. Happening right now, a sinkhole causing delays on the Route 90 bridge in Ocean City. The Ocean City Police Department posted on Facebook that delays are expected on the eastbound side from Route 589, on the westbound side from 62nd Street on to Route 90. They're saying the highway will be open during repairs, but undergo a 1-lane traffic flow. Police suggest using routes 50 and 54 as your alternative routes. The land we're going to show you now on your screen is where developers want to build a new townhouse development in Lewis. The proposed development would be on the east side of Savannah Road near the BB Healthcare. Here's what we know about this so far. The Oscar H. Jr. and Thelma Warrington trustees submitted their preliminary land use service, also known as a PLUS application, in May. Going by the overall project name, Overfall Preserve, the development would contain 90 townhouse units with amenities like a clubhouse and a pool. According to the Plus application, the Overfall Preserve's market is aimed at entry-level and market-rate homeowners. And we're going to have more details on this proposal on CoastTV.com. A former Boeing inspector is allegedly scrap parts were used on the assembly lines at the 787 Dreamliner factory in Everett, Washington. Merrill Myers worked as a quality control manager at Boeing for 30 years, and he estimates that beginning in the early 2000s, about 50,000 parts deemed unsuitable to fly were taken out of an internal scrapyard and still used to build aircraft. Myers claims it was done in order to meet production deadlines. General Motors is getting hit with a nearly $146 million fine connected to excessive CO2 emissions. The Environmental Protection Agency and the U.S. Department of Transportation said almost 6 million older SUVs and pickups under GM's Chevrolet brand were emitting more than 10% higher emissions than reported. In addition to the penalty, GM agreed to cancel millions of metric ton greenhouse gas credits it received for complying with those federal rules. Still ahead this morning, local authors Acclaim. We're telling you how national recognition has shone a light on restaurant businesses in Rehoboth Beach.
And we are seeing some clouds in Ocean City right now. A bit of a breeze blowing the branches around that breeze. Well, that's going to increase the heat and humidity for the 4th of July and the holiday weekend as well. Could see a few showers for the fireworks and a few scattered for the holiday weekend. Not a washout. Your forecast details coming up in 2 minutes.
Pinnacle team was awesome. I was impressed how that was. I mean, the big machines they had.
The floor looks great. It's brighter. It brightens up the room a lot. It's, the grit in the floor, it helps with us responding to the, getting to our lockers. Usually we come running through here and everything like that. The Pinnacle team was really great. They were professional. They were, very honest. They wanted to get us done, and they got us done on time. Pinnacle was amazing, and we absolutely love the floor.
Pinnacle Concrete Coatings, because quality matters.
Take the DSN app with you wherever you go and never miss a game from your favorite local team. Whether you're on the road, stuck at the office, or out with friends and family, the DSN app notifies you when your team is on live, so you can watch the game as it happens or watch videos on demand. Keep up with local sports all from one app. From your mobile device to Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV, download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
Because I'm all about that bass, no trouble.
Nobody can drag me down. Where your mouth is, that's what you get for waking up in Vegas. The way you ride it, girl, makes the fellas go, whoa.
Sunkissed Summer Mixtape on 102.5 WBOC.
Sponsored by Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Bring your blankets and lawn chairs to Red, White, and Boom. A free community fireworks celebration at James M. Bennett High in Salisbury. Enjoy food vendors, entertainment for the entire family, and of course, one of Delmarva's most spectacular fireworks shows. Fireworks begin at 9:15. And listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 for a special presentation during the fireworks display. For more information, go to coastcountry.com.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism. Somewhere to smile about.
Time is now 5:18 on our July 4th morning. We are going to take a live look now at Ocean City. Bob, I bet a lot of people will be in Ocean City for a beach day today, but maybe if not, good day for maybe a pool day too.
Maybe a pool day. I've seen a lot of pools on the beach, Paige. And, we were talking about this, too, before, after you eat, are you supposed to wait a half hour before you go in the pool? I guess we're supposed to. So just use extra caution and don't swim alone in the pool, and make sure the kids have a supervisor, an adult supervisor for today. But maybe you're grilling out before you get a dip in the pool. It's going to be a hot and humid 4th of July with a high of 91 degrees. So perfect pool weather as we go into this afternoon and this evening. And our temperatures, well, I don't know if they're conducive for a pool right now. They're a little cooler into the upper 60s and lower 70s, 71 71 in Millsboro. Bethany Beach 69. Rehoboth right now is 73. And the winds are light, but they're starting to come out of the south, and that's going to bring in the heat and humidity as we go through today and the rest of the holiday weekend. Nothing really of consequence going on with the weather right now. Just a few clouds building in. We have high pressure that's been keeping us dry the last couple of days, beginning to move offshore, and the flow around that high coming out of the south, and that will increase the heat. We're seeing a few showers across the Ohio Valley. That's really not going to affect us too much, but there's that building heat dome again to our west, and that will shift over us as we go through time. So here's Futurecast this morning. We're in and out of the clouds essentially all day. By 10 a.m., we're warming into the low 80s. By 1 o'clock, upper 80s. Yeah, get in that pool. And we're looking at temperatures in the 70s at the beaches, so a little cooler for the ocean. And then as we go into this evening, upper 80s, and we're getting ready for the fireworks tonight. I think we'll see some clouds and very warm conditions, and there could be a stray shower here and there, but I don't think it's going to wash out the fireworks by any means. And as we go through the rest of the overnight, mild and muggy, and by your Friday morning, temperatures into the 70s, and a hot Friday with temperatures into the low 90s, a little cooler at the coast. And then as we go into Saturday, more of the same, very muggy start to the day, and then into the afternoon, once again, lower 90s inland, maybe a stray shower or storm, and 70s at the coast. Feels like temperatures, we're looking at low to maybe mid 90s today, but then it gets worse as we go into Friday, feeling like 97 to maybe 102 inland areas with that humidity. You know the drill with the heat. Stay hydrated, find a cool place, and just kind of chill out in air conditioning if you can. And then Saturday, even worse, feeling like 100 to maybe 103. Not as bad on Sunday. Here's Hurricane Beryl barreling towards the Caymans right now. It moved through Jamaica yesterday, packing winds of 120 miles per hour. It's undergoing some dry air and some shear as well. It'll continue to move to the west, maybe making landfall as a Category 1 around Belize on the Yucatan Peninsula, then reemerging into the Gulf of Mexico as a tropical storm, and could make landfall somewhere south of Brownsville, Texas as a Category 1 hurricane, and then bringing heavy rain into Texas as we go into the early part of next week. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast, 91 for the 4th. Hot as a firecracker, had to say that. Friday, isolated storms, 92. A few more storms, a better chance on Saturday, 91. Then hovering right around 90 Sunday and Monday. Dry, I think, and then a better chance of storms Tuesday into Wednesday. Our umbrella winner today is Karen Hansen from Whaleyville, Maryland. Congratulations, Karen. You have a brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Bob, thank you so much. A hometown author's newest book already reaching national acclaim, and it takes place right here at home. The Same Bright Stars by Ethan Joella is about a family-owned restaurant contemplating a sale. It's a book about deciding your next chapter, and it's all set in Rehoboth Beach, where Joella lives. Joella, who's part of the Today Show's Read with Jenna book club and popular subscription service book of the month, says this is a dream come true.
So it's really exciting because I just always wanted to base a book in Rehoboth because it just has that perfect landscape for all kinds of different terrain, because it has the coast, it has the country, it has the downtown like this, and I just love living here so much. So this has really been my love letter to the town.
And we did ask Joella if the restaurant group in the book offering to buy Schmitz was based on any specific conglomerate. He said no. Actually, he believes both restaurant groups and small mom and pop shops can, of course, work together and help Rehoboth Beach. All right, well, coming up on Coast TV News today, boat parade prep underway in Lewis. What one judge says about a special blast from the past expected at this year's event. Coast TV News today. We'll be right back.
This is the big moment here.
It is just a work of art.
Effortless grace.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, baby. Wow.
Oh, baby. Boy, was that good.
The style, the flow, she's got it all going for her right now. That's jaw-dropping. Incredible. Excellence and swagger.
I'm just sitting here in awe.
Download the free Coast TV First Alert Weather app today. Download the DSN app today, driven by Preston Automotive Group.
Not everyone wants a big funeral. For those seeking a simple alternative, the Eastern Shore's most trusted family and funeral service offers another option. Eastern Shore Cremation and Funeral Service is simple and affordable. A direct cremation tribute starts at just $15.95, or choose to have a small visitation service, serving Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia with easy consultation by phone and streamlined electronic documentation. Learn more at easternshorecremation.com. Eastern Shore Cremation and Funeral Services. Simply respectful.
Here at the Delmarva Sports Network, we know sports is more than a game. It's about your teams in your town coming together to celebrate, bringing sports to life, and creating bonds that last a lifetime. At DSN, we're proud to capture that spirit, plus the dedication and passion of your athletes. That's why DSN was awarded Outstanding Year-Round Local Sports Coverage. We're honored to be part of your team's journey. Delmarva Sports Network. Local teams, big dreams.
Oh, they're out there by the millions. And spiders, crickets, and ants are always looking for a place to call home. Look, up ahead is your home. And to them, it looks like the perfect place to settle in. Call Brazier's, and our expert technicians will establish a defensive barrier around your home that will keep out the riffraff. Our premium protection plan is guaranteed to keep spiders, crickets, and ants from moving into your home for a full year. Call Brazier's Pest Control today and say goodbye to unwanted guests.
Welcome to the party. We all make this show together. You guys, this is our show. You just never know who you're gonna meet here. You can feel the energy in this room. Every single person needs to be included in these conversations. Let's do this! Let's make everyone's day a little brighter.
Drew Barrymore, weekdays at noon on CoastTV.
Today, thousands will line up on the banks of each side of the canal in Lewis. 40 to 50 boats will parade from the Roosevelt Inlet up to the drawbridge and then back. The parade begins at 1:30, and judges will award first, second, and third place plaques by the Overfalls Lightship at 3:30. This event raises money for the Overfalls Foundation, and Mayor Andrew Williams will be the MC today. And we caught up with one of the judges and boat parade chairs to see what we can expect from the event this year.
Flags and all sorts of different themes. People get very creative. In fact, the Lewis Historical Society will feature 2 boats going back to the period of 1812.
And there's still a lot more happening in Lewis for Independence Day. Children's games on 2nd Street begin at 9 a.m. The Doodah Parade is at 4:30. Fireworks launch at dusk. Well, now being responsible for the 4th of July, more than just being cautious with fireworks, it also means keeping beaches clean as well. July 5th is actually known as the dirtiest beach day across the U.S. Come on, guys. If you're celebrating at one of our beautiful beaches, be sure throw away your trash afterwards. Well, we are going to bring in Bob Trihue one more time right now. And Bob, dirty beaches, not cool. I do expect they'll be busy today, though.
Yeah, nobody likes a litter bug.
No.
Nobody. No. And yeah, sometimes they fine heavily for littering, so as they should. So pick up after yourself, recycle, put the garbage in the garbage bin, recycling bin, and we're all good. Yeah. Here's your beach forecast. Fenwick Island and Ocean City beginning in the 70s today. In fact, Ocean City, you're in the 70s much of the day, close to 80 later on, a few clouds. At Fenwick Island, a little warmer for you into the lower 80s. Waves around 2 to 3 feet. Rip current threat is low, but still be careful out there. There could still be rip currents here and there. Lewis and Rehoboth warming into the mid 80s for Rehoboth, mid to upper 80s in Lewis. So a very warm ferry ride. On the bay side, 1-foot waves on the bay. Cambridge 76 early on, close to 90 later, and you're in the upper 80s for Crisfield as well as we're cranking up the heat and humidity for the holiday weekend. I'll have much more on the Independence Day holiday weekend forecast coming up in a couple of minutes.
Bob, thank you so much. Also coming up after the break, we're talking firework frenzy, where you can watch those displays light up the sky all across Delmarva. And holiday travel traffic, when experts say are the best times to get on the road en route to your holiday destination. And people in the southern part of our country buckling down for Hurricane Beryl, where that storm could be headed right now. Coast TV News Today, we'll be right back.
Transform your outdoor spaces with Expert Wire. Add outdoor outlets to your porch, patio, or pool area and effortlessly plug in lights, fans, or whatever you need without extension cords. Expert Wire's skilled electricians provide safe, professional installations which will enhance your outdoor experiences this summer. Whether you're hosting a barbecue, enjoying an evening with friends, or simply relaxing, we make it seamless and convenient. Call or book online at expertwire247.com. Leave the wiring to the experts and make it a powerful day.
There's much to do and so much to see in the naturally charming towns of Maryland's coast. Worcester County. Pocomoke City offers a quaint downtown area with waterfront dining. Snow Hill, located on the Pocomoke River. Berlin, filled with unique shops and farm-to-table restaurants. Ocean Pines with community parks. Ocean City with 10 miles of beach coastline. And Assateague Island National Seashore with beautiful beaches and wild ponies. Discover all there is to do and see in Maryland's naturally charming towns. Go to visitmarylandscoast.org.
At BSD, we're here to serve you, our client. But did you know all that BSD has to offer? Everything for the inside and outside of your home. Decking, siding, trim, stairs, railings, hurricane shutters, kitchen and baths. And we install. As your local Anderson Diamond dealer, we also offer full service on all your Anderson products. Because Anderson backs their product with the best warranty in the industry. Visit one of our showrooms today and we'll show you all we have to offer.
Wake up smarter.
I've got the 5 things you need to know to start your day.
Take a trip down memory lane.
Remember in elementary school when you would make those boxes?
Find your next furry friend.
His name is Peppy, and he's a 12-year-old Chihuahua mix.
And discover your inner clumsy.
That's a sad sign that you're getting old when you just take a little tumble like that.
Make your mornings brilliant. Join April weekdays from 6 to 10 on 107.1 The Jump. Sponsored by Acme Ceramic Tile Company.
Now on Coast TV News.
4th of July, but it gets hot and humid with the southerly flow kicking in, and that's going to last the rest of the holiday weekend. I'll track the heat for the holiday coming up.
Preparing for travel, we're going to help you get to your destination with updates on road conditions and closures as we head into the holiday weekend. Code Purple concerns what we know after one person came forward with concerns of misused funds. And another woman coming forward against Sean Diddy Combs, who she says happened in the 9th lawsuit against the rapper.
This is Coast TV News Today.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us as we continue this morning. I'm Paige Marley, and happy 4th of July. It is now 5:32. We're going to bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Try to help you prepare for whatever, however, you're celebrating today. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Paige, and happy 4th of July to you and Delmarva as well, as we're looking at a milder start to our 4th with temperatures in the 60s and low 70s. And you can also feel the humidity in the air a little bit as the winds are starting to pick up out of the south, and those southerly breezes will increase the heat and humidity for today. We're dry out there right now, and we have some clouds floating in from the north and west. Nothing in the way of precipitation, but you see these red arrows to our south. High pressure moving away, and that is opening the floodgates for the heat and humidity, which is building back to our west across the Tennessee Valley, and will be with us much of the holiday weekend. Here's Futurecast. This morning, we're in and out of the clouds. Temperatures rising through the 70s by the noon hour, mid-80s. Maybe you're cranking up the grill or heading to the pool or the beaches, where you'll be in the 70s much of the day. Around 75 Bethany Beach, Fenwick Island 74, but look at the lower 90s popping up, and with the humidity feeling hotter than that, could see a stray shower as we get closer to fireworks time this evening. UV index today sponsored by Ocean City, very high. It's a 10, so really be careful out there in the sun. We're in the very high range right through the 4th of July into early next week. Use that higher SPF at least 30, midday shade, limited time outdoors, and avoid the sun late morning into early afternoon.
Will do, Bob. Thank you so much. People in Texas and Mexico, they're getting ready for Hurricane Beryl. Forecasters say it's likely to rake across the Yucatan Peninsula, and then it could strengthen before hitting northern Mexico and or parts of the U.S. Amy Kiley shows us what they're predicting and how people are preparing.
We don't know exactly where it's going to land, but it's better to be prepared.
Parts of Mexico and southern Texas are getting ready as Hurricane Beryl barrels northwest.
There's a lot of down trees down back that side.
It's likely to be in fairly open waters by this afternoon, leaving behind a devastated Jamaica.
As a result of this downpour, a number of areas in the vicinity is without electricity.
Forecasters expect Beryl to spend most of tomorrow in the Yucatan, probably weakening over land. They say it could then pick up power in the Gulf of Mexico. Shell and BP say they're evacuating non-essential personnel from parts of that area. After that, Beryl could hit Texas and/or northern Mexico. This alligator sanctuary on South Padre Island is keeping animals someplace safe from the weather.
She started coming towards us. We just came towards her. It's the rest of them, and especially once you catch the first one out of a pond, they kind of catch on to what you're trying to do.
The move is so the gators don't get hurt or get out and hurt people.
What do you think when you're approaching Big Padre and you're going to put this little bit of tape right around the front of his snout?
I hope Jake got it. I hope Jake's got him with that snare. That's what I think. And he did.
This time he had
it.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Well, if you've driven along the coast this week, you've already seen it. Those roads, they are slow going as thousands of visitors are headed our way. In fact, it's projected to be a record travel weekend. CoastTV's Charlie Sakaitis shows us a look at what you can expect and how best to get around.
Here on Delmarva, we have incredible, beautiful beaches and a great 4th of July weather forecast for us, and that can only mean one thing. The coast is a destination hotspot this year.
We're all from different areas. I'm from Virginia. He's from PA, West Virginia, Ohio.
But it also means one other thing. We are going to be slammed with holiday traffic. According to AAA, nearly 71 million Americans will be on the move this weekend, and a staggering 60.6 million of those people are expected to make the trip in their car.
It's going to be very overpopulated this season, and with everything, with work, going to and from work, it's going to be hard.
If you're one of the many hitting the road over the next few days, AAA says the best time to travel is before noon, and the worst times to travel are between 2 and 7. Basically, the earlier or the later you go, the better.
But we usually travel late at night from Virginia, around 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and we don't seem to have too much troubles getting into Delaware.
So whether you're one of the people set to hit the road and head out of town, or you're one of those that will just have to deal with everybody else heading this way,
make sure you're prepared for delays no matter where you might be.
Because when you want to enjoy the coast, the toll on your time while you're driving is just the price you have to pay.
Sussex County released their DUI checkpoint locations and times for the holiday weekend. Drivers should be aware there's going to be a checkpoint on Route 24 near Millsboro. This checkpoint will be running from 10 p.m. until 2 a.m. on both July 5th and the 6th. And also Maryland State Police, they're taking measures as well to keep the roads safe. According to State Police, troopers will be ramping up their patrols throughout the weekend. Troopers from Salisbury, Berlin, and Easton Barracks will be increasing patrols specifically on routes 50, 13, and 413. And with an expected increase in alcoholic beverage consumption over the next few days, MSP is also recommending designate a sober driver and consider public transit or rideshare services. In the nation's summer capital, you can watch fireworks from the beach on July 6th at dusk. Rehoboth Avenue eastbound and Church Street from State Route 1 will be closed to traffic beginning at 8. Cars entering Rehoboth Beach will have to enter through State Road to Bayard Avenue. In Ocean City, they'll be having 2 fireworks displays tonight. You can view one display at Northside Park in the Bay. The other display will be at Caroline Street. The events will both kick off at 8. It'll start with music and then be followed by those fireworks displays at 9:30. The inlet parking lot, that will be open, but parking rates will be increased to $5 an hour for the day. Several locations will be closed for parking. All those can be found on our website, CoastTV.com. Today, the Bidens are hosting an Independence Day celebration at the White House. The Vice President and Second Gentleman are also set to attend. Other guests include active duty military service members, veterans, and their families. Afterwards, Joe Biden and the First Lady will join their family to watch the fireworks over the National Mall after sunset. Well, now as we celebrate our nation's birthday, Maryland State Fire Marshals reminding us, of course, use your fireworks safely. Here are some key safety tips to keep in mind while you're enjoying today. The Fire Marshal says, don't ever try to relight a dud. All you got to do put it in a bucket of water. Don't waste time on it. It's also important to move away quickly, of course, after lighting fireworks. And please keep away from children. Keep them away from fireworks, even including sparklers. And finally, never light fireworks if you're under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Delaware received a number of grants, of course, but there are now some concerns that one organization is misusing the funds. Code Purple, Kent County, is an organization aimed at providing resources and help to those in need. But at the beginning of June, a state auditor wrote a letter to Attorney General Kathy Jennings with some concerns there may be potential fraud. To see that letter, you can go to CoastTV.com. The Laurel Board of Education has reinstated Dr. Sean Larimore as the superintendent following an arrest in May. According to police, this was on the suspicion of driving under the influence. The board said Dr. Larimore has taken significant time to reflect and meet the expectations of the board and the community as a whole. Larimore will return to work Monday, July 8th. Another woman is now accusing Sean Diddy Combs of sexual assault in a new lawsuit. The 114-page complaint is from former adult film star Adria English, who says she worked for Combs from 2004 until 2009. In the complaint, she accuses Combs and other defendants of using her as, quote, a sexual pawn. This is now the 9th lawsuit against Combs just since November. It's the 8th directly accusing him of sexual assault. We still have more news to get to this morning, so don't go anywhere. Still ahead, electric grid gripe. What the Lewis Board of Public Works is saying they fear ahead of the hurricane season along the coast. In Dewey Town Hall upgrades, the next steps after a $1 million grant was received by the town. Stick with us on Coast TV News today.
Independence Day, fireworks, ballpark classics, and Shorebirds baseball. Nothing can get better than that. Join the Shorebirds at Purdue Stadium Thursday, July 4th for the biggest, greatest, and most unforgettable fireworks show of the season with the Shorebirds special Independence Day fireworks extravaganza after the game presented by Spicer Bros Construction, Inc. Tickets are selling fast, so don't forget to save time. Buy your tickets online at theshorebirds.com/tickets.
At Coast Country, we're more than just music. We're a part of Delmarva's heart. Every month, Coast Country Cares, together with Spicer Brothers, steps up to serve our community. We're here helping local organizations and supporting our neighbors all year round. Join us in making a difference. Stay tuned to learn where we'll be next or visit coastcountry.com to see how you can be a part of our mission. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers, because we're Delmarva proud.
Thinking of remodeling your home's exterior? Leaving your home uncared for can lead to future damages and costly repairs.
Don't chance it.
Advance it. Whether it's building your outdoor dream deck or updating your home's roof or siding, we provide quality craftsmanship for all your home remodeling needs. Our experienced consultants will ease you through the process from the initial phone call to the installation, so you can find a look you'll love for years to come.
Call us today and ask about our summer specials.
Don't chance it, advance it.
Positive, focused,
supportive, and goal-oriented. These are just a few qualities of coaches who inspire their athletes.
Each month, the Preston Automotive Group will select a coach who makes a difference and make a $500 donation to their organization. Then at the end of the year, 3 of these coaches will receive an extra donation to their program.
Nominate your coach today at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com under the Features tab.
Delmarva Sports Network, coach who makes a difference. Brought to you by Preston Automotive Group.
.543 on this Independence Day, and a little bit of a chop out there on the Bay Hershey exteriors cam. 70 in Ocean City, that southerly breeze starting to kick in the humidity, and we're starting our 4th in the 60s and low 70s. A little milder than previous mornings, and that southerly breeze is picking up, and we will definitely get hot and muggy as we go through the day. But we're dry. We're just seeing some clouds floating through, maybe a few showers back to the west, but the bigger story is the heat and humidity heading our way. If you're heading to the golf course today on the 4th, make sure you have a lot of water on the golf cart. We're looking at 91, partly cloudy, hot and humid, but with the humidity feeling more like mid-90s. Call the Coast TV First Alert weather phone. It's sponsored by the law offices of Baird, Dallas, Brockstead, and Federico.
In Dewey Beach, an update on the plans for the new town hall, police station, and paramedic facility. The town manager is saying that Dewey Beach was granted $1 million in this year's Delaware bond bill. The town manager says the plans for the new building have been submitted to the county for review. Once the plans are approved, the town manager says they will go out for a bid. Well, even on July 4th, the entertainment world, it doesn't rest. So here's David Daniel with our Hollywood Minute.
Hello, Aya. Welcome home.
Hello, world. So we stick up a bunch of cameras. We call them eyes.
I'm not crazy about having them everywhere.
Honestly, you hardly even notice.
A family takes in a digital assistant that starts to take over in Afraid. As the smart home device learns about the family, it begins to anticipate their desires and make sure nothing interferes with what she thinks they need. John Cho and Catherine Waterston star when Afraid opens in theaters August 30th.
Where's Beetlejuice?
Where's Beetlejuice? Have you checked Italy? The sequel to Beetlejuice is heading to Venice. Beetlejuice, dang, now I've said it 3 times, is set to hold its world premiere at the Venice Film Festival on August 28th. Tim Burton's long-awaited follow-up to his 1988 original arrives in U.S. theaters on September 6th.
The juice is loose. I'm gonna make you so happy.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Has it been a rough week? Don't worry. We're going to help cheer you up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. So to lighten up your week, subscribe to the Coast TV Feel Good Friday newsletter. You can do that by going to coasttv.com/sign up. And every week, you'll get a weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox.
Paige, I think we're feeling pretty good about our weather today to start the 4th. We're seeing nice conditions in Salisbury. A little bit of cloudiness, but it gets hot and muggy. The building heat and humidity for the 4th and the holiday weekend. And a few chances for showers and storms. Not a washout by any means. I'll have your forecast details coming up in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
NBC Nightly News. Weeknights at 6:30 on Coast TV.
This is the big moment here.
It is just a work of art.
Effortless grace.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, baby. Wow.
Oh, baby. Boy, was that good.
The style, the flow, she's got it all going for her right now. That's jaw-dropping. Incredible. Excellence and swagger.
I'm just sitting here in awe.
Because you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble.
Nobody can drag me down.
Sun-Kissed Summer Mixtape on 102.5 WBOC.
Sponsored by Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Well, this is it, Ryan. What do you think? Impressive, Pat.
Ryan Seacrest is getting ready to take the wheel.
I think what you're going to enjoy most is meeting the players and getting to know the audience at home.
And people feel like they know you, even though they've never met you before.
Because we play ourselves on TV, not a character.
This is what you're like in real life, in the wild?
Well, not dressed like this.
Ryan Seacrest joins Vanna White this fall on Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune on Coast TV.
Weather shapes our lives. At Coast TV, First Alert Weather means we are always at work, ensuring you have the information you need.
We have a strong line that begins to press its way through central portions of Sussex.
Because we know how much weather matters to our coastal community.
Make sure you take cover from these storms.
In sunshine or storms, our promise is to guide, inform, and protect. Weather coverage that prioritizes you. Coast TV First Alert Weather. Your safety, our commitment.
Time is now 5:48 on our Thursday morning. We are going to take a live look right now at Ocean City, and it's a beautiful start to the morning, Bob. Maybe some good weather for a cookout today.
Oh yeah, I believe so. But that grill master is going to have Cold beverage nearby, Paige, because it will be getting pretty hot as we go into the afternoon for the 4th of July. And if you're firing up that grill, maybe around the noon hour, around 87, throwing the patties on the grill and the hot dogs as well, around 91 at 3 o'clock. And then with that grill, it's going to feel really hot. So make sure you have a towel to wipe your brow and some water to stay hydrated. 89 by 6 with partly cloudy skies. Should still be dry at that time. Temperatures out the door this morning, 60s and low 70s, 71 in Millsboro and Milton, 69 in Georgetown, Seaford 70 degrees, and Salisbury right now you're at 68 degrees. The wind starting to come out of the south, and that will open the floodgates, so to speak, to heat and humidity later today. We just have some clouds floating in from the north and west right now. Nothing in the way of precipitation. We're just seeing some showers across the Ohio Valley, maybe into Pennsylvania with a little weak trough here. But we have these red arrows here across the Carolinas. That is that southerly flow as high pressure is moving offshore. That is bringing the heat that is building across much of the Gulf Coast and Tennessee Valley and headed our way. So let's walk you through it on Futurecast. Here's 6:30. We have some of those high clouds coming through. It's a quick rise in temperatures. By 10 a.m. we're in the low 80s, but I think really much of the day we're in the 70s from Dewey Beach down to Fenwick Island, maybe mid-70s, Bethany Beach around 72 and Dewey Beach, but upper 80s and lower 90s inland areas, and very warm this evening and some clouds, and there could be some spotty showers around fireworks time as well, so keep that in mind, but I don't think it's going to wash away the fireworks, any kind of showers. As we go through the overnight, mild and muggy, mid-70s Friday morning, and then by the afternoon, low to maybe mid-90s inland areas as we have a stronger southerly wind. Very warm into Friday night and Saturday morning, and Saturday, it's going to be a hot day. By noon, mid to upper 80s and then low to mid-90s by the afternoon, feeling hotter with the humidity and maybe some stray showers and thunderstorms as well at that time. Feels like temperatures today low to mid-90s, and then we crank it up into Friday, feeling like 97 to maybe 102 inland areas, a little bit of relief along the coast, and then Saturday's pretty bad, 100 to maybe 103 with the humidity, but it backs off a little bit on Sunday. Here's Hurricane Beryl barreling down on the Cayman Islands, packing winds of 120 miles per hour, so not as strong as it was. It will continue to move to the west, and it could hit areas around Belize on the Yucatan Peninsula as a Category 1 hurricane early Friday morning, and then weaken, and then reemerge into the Gulf of Mexico, maybe as a minimal hurricane by the time it gets close to Brownsville, Texas, early next week. Looks like a lot of rain for Texas, and maybe we get some indirect effects, some moisture from that down the road. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, lower 90s today, right through Saturday, and maybe a few showers tonight and an isolated storm Friday, 92. A better chance of some storms Saturday, and then it dries out Sunday into Monday, right around 90 degrees, and still some hit and miss storms Tuesday and Wednesday, and temperatures right around 90.
Bob, thank you so much. We do know that hurricane season's begun in certain areas. It's right around the corner as well in others. The Lewis Board of Public Works says that they fear now for its electric infrastructure. At a recent meeting, the BPW emphasized that while Lewis only saw 28 outages last year, it's urgent that with increasing coastal storms, reinforcements are made. As a result, the board voted to disband the mitigation committee, and it will form a new group specifically for the future of the electric system.
You can't necessarily build a system that will withstand those type of storms, but you can build systems that are more resilient under a Category 3 hurricane.
And the Lewis BPW is looking for people with knowledge of electrical distribution and transmission generation for this new committee. Coming up on Coast TV News today, fourth food safety. We're reminding you of some food safety tips to follow this holiday when foodborne illnesses tend to be higher. We'll be right back.
Coverage on the road, in your community, along the coast. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town, the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep. Coverage you can count on.
At the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division like myself in cabinetry to ensure that you have the best product to fit your needs. And your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your project.
It was very important to find somebody that was knowledgeable in the whole picture furniture, the cabinetry, the appliances, and the countertop. We are delighted with the outcome.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
Beachy Furniture.
I think it's pronounced Beach.
Maybe it's Besh.
Welcome to Beachy Furniture.
So that's how you say it.
No matter how you say it, if you're in the market for new furniture, just remember, it better be Beachy. From bedding, dining, and comfortable seating indoors and out, to traditional and contemporary styles for every room in your home, you'll have everyone talking when you hear the name.
It's not pronounced Bichet.
Beachy Furniture, located next to the Mermaid a few miles from the Delaware beaches on US Route 9.
The first time we tried to list our house with my previous realtor, we had no activity whatsoever, but with Pam Price, she just opened our eyes and just enlightened us and just filled us with joy. She assured us that within 30 days we would receive an offer on the house, and yes, we did. We were ecstatic, jumping for joy with all the hard work that Pam Price and her team provided us. Pam Price is a go-getter, she's professional, and she proves that she gets results.
Wake up smarter.
I've got the 5 things you need to know to start your day.
Take a trip down memory lane.
Remember in elementary school when you would make those boxes?
Find your next furry friend.
His name is Peppy, and he's a 12-year-old Chihuahua mix.
And discover your inner clumsy.
That's a sad sign that you're getting old when you just take a little tumble like that.
Make your mornings brilliant. Join April weekdays from 6 to 10 on 107.1 The Duck. Sponsored by Acme Ceramic Tile Company.
Hey moms, you know those unforgettable face palms? Those moments that leave us both laughing and sighing. They're not just mishaps, there are shared stories. Share your unique mom moments with us. Go to coastlife.com/mom.
It's time for grilling out and gathering with friends, of course celebrating Independence Day, but experts are also urging you, don't take a break from food safety precautions. Rates of foodborne illnesses tend to go up during the hot summer months. Mandy Gaither has 4 steps to avoid common mistakes this 4th of July.
Get ready for the red, white, and blue. But if you're getting together to celebrate this July 4th, don't let unsafe food blow up your plans.
We could start with our 4 steps to food safety, and this is clean, separate, cook, and chill.
The USDA says clean starts with hands. Make sure you're washing them before handling food. Next, separate to prevent cross-contamination. Keep raw meat and poultry separate from other foods. That goes for cutting boards and for plates and other surfaces used in the cooking process.
So we want to make sure that we are using 1 plate to transfer the raw meat, and then when you're putting the cooked meat from the grill back onto a clean plate.
The 3rd step is cook. Make sure your meat reaches a safe internal temperature, which varies based on what you're grilling.
So for example, if you are cooking chicken wings on the grill, you want to make sure that they reach a safe temperature of 165 degrees by measuring it with a food thermometer.
Finally, chill. Make sure any perishable food not being eaten is put back into the refrigerator or on ice.
Once it hit that 2-hour mark, that's when bacteria begins to grow rapidly inside of the food. And the scary thing about that is that the food will look perfectly fine, but in reality, there's a lot of foodborne illness causing bacteria inside of the food that can get us sick.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
It's now 5:57. We're going to check in now with our coastal pet of the day. There he is, today's coastal pet of the day. Who is it? It's Benny. And we knew. You know, Matt said yesterday, we haven't gotten any Benny dressed for the 4th of July. Matt, I hope you're watching because he's dressed. He's ready for Independence Day. Benny, of course, was submitted to us by Tammy in Seaford, best dressed dog around. Keep sending us pictures of your pets, though. We want to see all of them. Send them to us. Tell us what makes them so special. You can do that by scanning that QR code right there on your screen. And you can always watch weekdays from 5 to 7 to see all the pets we feature. All right, it is now 5:57, and Bob, I thought I looked good for 4th of July. I don't look anywhere like Benny, though.
No, I mean, look at us. We're all patriotic, got all the colors, and then Benny is outshining us, going all patriotic for this 4th of July. And Paige, we are looking at weather that will turn hot and humid as we go through the day. Now, this morning we're warming up pretty quickly through the 70s and through the 80s, and by 2 o'clock up to 91, feeling hotter with the humidity. So stay hydrated during the festivities. festivities of the 4th. And then by 8 o'clock, 82. And we could be looking at maybe a few showers for the fireworks tonight. Otherwise, just hot as we head into the rest of your holiday weekend. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. Lower 90s Friday through Sunday. Isolated storm Friday. A better chance on Saturday. But then it's dry Sunday and Monday. And then more storms next week. But it looks like temperatures do start to cool down as we go through the week into the mid-80s by Friday.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. Coming up in our 6 o'clock hour on Coast TV News today, we're talking holiday travel traffic as many people head to Delmarva to celebrate Independence Day. We're going to tell you the best times to avoid the heavy traffic. Coast TV News today will be right back.